Hello friends, welcome to my Princess Diana channel. Before moving on to the video, if you are not subscribed to my channel, do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so let's move on to the video. Meghan's profile reveals a complex history, from her past shrouded in shadows to her captivating of Harry and integration into the royal family. Her unveiled intentions to ascend as Queen of England have brought her true nature to light. In attempting to undermine discrimination, her actions have tarnished the royal family's reputation. Despite embodying blackness in every aspect, her denial of her racial identity inadvertently perpetuates racism. Meghan Markle serves as a stark cautionary tale against falling prey to deceitful and hypocritical individuals. Born to Doria Ragland, she unequivocally possesses African American biracial lineage. Yet, Meghan has meticulously obscured her genetic and cultural roots, meticulously constructing a white persona by surrounding herself with white companions and partners. Through extensive physical alterations like hair straightening, skin lightening, and heavy makeup, she has skillfully obscured her true heritage, leading many to overlook her biracial identity in favor of a white facade. Her elaborate deceit extends to diminishing her own blackness, immersing herself in a white world and only acknowledging her lineage when unavoidable, hinting at potential embarrassment or shame. Meghan Markle chooses to minimize her black legacy, epitomizing a calculated narrative shaped by evasion and misrepresentation, yet, she is quick to invoke race and easily adopts a black identity when convenient. A striking instance of this disingenuous behavior is when she presented herself as Inter Alia, a woman of color, to teenagers in Nyong'o, Cape Town. There are numerous other instances of her behavior. It appears that this deceitful manipulator paradoxically both embraces and repents her actions. A queen? No such thing. She exists only in a self-created world where her followers are depicted as glitter-farting beings who attempt to prop up her image in vain. If Meghan Markle truly harbored ambitions of becoming a queen, she should have set her sights on marrying the heir, the one impervious to her charms and manipulations, not the so-called spare. The likelihood of this self-centered impostor ever ascending to the throne is as remote as discovering intelligent life on Mars. Just like the red planet, she too shares an orange hue. As per royal author Tom Bower, her grandiose aspirations of wearing a crown are detached from reality. This pretender and social climber will not recover her standing within the British monarchy, despite her superficial title of Duchess of Sussex. Bower has adeptly contrasted Markle's ambitions with those of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, who is poised to be queen consort. Catherine embodies all that her attention-seeking sister-in-law once desired: popularity, success within the royal realm, and a positive public image and mass acceptance. In summary, Catherine embodies all the qualities and characteristics that Meghan lacks, as noted by Tom Bower. Kate shines, Kate succeeds, Kate is adored, everything that Meghan yearns for. To truly make a difference, Meghan Markle must first mend and rebuild relationships with those she distanced herself from at the beginning. However, this seems unlikely given her deceitful and fraudulent nature. Meghan epitomizes hypocrisy through her false persona and behavior. She is not what she appears to be, beneath her facade lies a different reality. I even speculate about the legitimacy of their alleged children, questioning whether they are truly hers or even exist at all. Perhaps she had 2 children, both born with darker skin, and out of shame, she concealed them. If true, it reflects poorly on her parenting. Parents should love their children unconditionally, regardless of their appearance. While she accuses others of racism, she exhibits prejudiced behavior toward her own children. These claims are not baseless, considering Meghan's character. She prioritizes her financial gain above all else and fears that controversies around her children's skin color may impact her ability to attract money from others. Yet, it is universally true that parents should love their children unreservedly. The real issue here is with her. Do not believe any heart in this world could be as cruel as hers. Meghan is undeserving to even wear sandals for Catherine. Catherine will shine as a magnificent queen in every aspect. Hopefully, she will recover and grow stronger. Her battle with cancer will only enrich her already admirable and sensible character. Through this trial, she will become even more compassionate, empathetic, and wise, evolving for the better. The UK, and the world at large, requires her leadership and example. In the increasingly connected world, her light will illuminate like a much-needed guide, leading many who are lost to discover better ways to thrive and make a mark on humanity. The world needs Catherine. The idea of Meghan vying with Catherine for the title of Queen is absurd. Meghan seems oblivious to her own limitations. Unlike Catherine, Meghan is willing to descend to any depths, including fueling racial tensions, to further her shameful objectives. The harsh truth is that some yearn more for what they lack, irrespective of the repercussions. Meghan's disregard for her own black heritage is evident in her desperate efforts to adopt a white persona, resorting to skin lightening, wig use, and hair straightening. Yet, despite her attempts to assimilate, whether she turns blue, pink, or spotted, she is still viewed with contempt as a self-centered troublemaker. Meghan might benefit from seeking professional assistance, as she appears to have distanced herself from her origins and familial roots. She holds her family in such disdain that she has even turned away from her own father, showing no interest in visiting him, a truly unfilial daughter. Additionally, Meghan has made damaging remarks about the UK, suggesting that she only experienced racism upon arriving in the country. This statement is enraging and disconcerting. Before marrying Harry, Meghan was a relatively unknown figure in England. Upon the public revelation of their relationship, the people of the UK offered their blessings. However, Meghan's betrayal of their goodwill deeply shook the royal family, turning the nation's affection into bitter resentment. Such extensive disapproval must stem from a valid cause. While individual criticism is to be expected, when an entire nation expresses disdain, it indicates a more profound issue. In the broader perspective, instead of blaming others, it is essential to reflect and evaluate one's own actions. Are you truly accountable for the challenges you encounter? Although life may present opportunities only once, it is crucial not to leave behind a legacy of hostility and resentment, which, in my view, would be the ultimate failure. Furthermore, I firmly believe that death is not the conclusion. I am eager to hear your thoughts on my viewpoint. In the subsequent part, we will delve into Harry's dual setbacks following his expulsion from the UK and the deterioration of his marriage with Meghan. Let's commence by examining some highlights from the most recent polo match, all in preparation for Harry's upcoming Netflix polo series. But wait a minute, do you notice anything suspicious in these photos? That's right, no cameras in sight. Despite all the moments of Meghan giving orders to the Netflix crew, it does raise some questions, doesn't it? Could it be that she dismissed them for lunch or something of the sort? That friendly gesture does seem a bit too intimate, don't you think? This isn't the first time Meghan has been seen in such close interactions with Harry's friends. Nevertheless, these are the best images we have. Here's the burning question: was Harry comfortable with it? Or maybe a more urgent question: was Delphina comfortable with it, considering Meghan's history of getting close to men? It's something to think about. Remember that video I made about the body language expert? Well, it might just appear on this channel soon. So stay tuned. Now, let's discuss Nacho's Instagram post. Is there something missing in that picture? Exactly, no sign of Meghan. Perhaps he had to stay the night on the couch to avoid any potential drama. There are so many unanswered questions, but these are the clues we have. At least Nacho made sure to include a photo with his lovely family. That's a lesson Harry and Meghan could take note of, especially if they start bringing Harry and Lilibet to such gatherings. All they need is a few nannies and Beth to handle the arrangements regarding logistics. Where has Beth been recently? A photo from the event has been circulating widely. As for Meghan, was she managing her mansions or supervising the delivery of her American Riviera orchard jam jars to her friendfluencers at that precise moment? Your guess is as good as mine. Talking about those jam jars, more friendfluencers have emerged to showcase their gifts. Unfortunately, even the weather doesn't always cooperate. Just look at Tracy Ellis Ross, whose flowers wilted twice as fast as you can say, spoiled jam. Could this be due to Meghan's accidental touch before dispatching them? Stranger things have happened. Let's also tackle J.E. May's pressing query: why is there such a noticeable color difference between the top and bottom of the jam jars? Some speculate that the jam has separated, with the solid portion settling at the bottom and the liquid rising to the top. Not exactly Instagram-worthy, in my opinion. While I'm no jam expert, common sense dictates that consistency is crucial. The shift in color was likely unintentional, which is why we eagerly anticipate Meghan's cooking show to unravel this culinary mystery. I mean, I don't know what she's doing, he added, but it's selling like her jam does. In other words, the Highgrove organic strawberry preserve did fly off the shelves, and even £7 a jam jar. Indeed, the merchandise is now advertised as sold out on the retailer's website. Because the money normally goes straight to royal charities. Not this time. All of the money that Meghan makes from the specific firm is her own. But don't forget about poor Harry. Prince Harry had officially said goodbye to Britain and had marked the US as his new home, permanent home, that is, on official forms. Whilst Harry might imagine it to be quite a modest move, this is a drastic change for the royal family as they are going to see so much less of him now. That is no little matter, fortunately. And what is much more significant is that Harry producing his latest comments so quickly after the other announcement. Participant records at Company's House were revised, according to the Daily Mail, to show that the prince had relocated from his prior UK place to the United States. It seems that Harry has permanently relocated to the States, my American friends. Well, that's quite peculiar, but I'm certain we will all pull through. Back to the broader topic, let's see how Harry has fared in his efforts to make that video look nice. As a professional film producer, making the most dynamic and appealing sorts of films, I would like to declare Harry's efforts a complete catastrophe. That appears to be nearly cringe-worthy, in part because he is trying so heavily to carry this point of inspiration and yet, also that seems so unnatural and devoid of meaningful thought. The making standard, well, we can state from this that there is a lot to be desired. If that's their TV producing style, then we're doomed. Meanwhile, Meghan seems to be on a mission to ensure that there is a photo of either of her dresses or a sketch of one, no matter the context or supposed reason. And don't even get me started on her latest photo op where she is wearing matching shirts with friends and "Love Like a Mother" embroidered in the backside. Oh my god. But there was that smile of Meghan, like in those commercial types, American Reveal or Chard. It really isn't patented. Just picture it, your son brings home something like Meghan, that would have definitely sparked an interesting conversation. In that spirit, it has been decided that someone should have the last laugh on a clever take on Meghan's non-trademarked website by buying the domain American Reveal Horcher and redirecting it to the Trussell Trust in the UK, along with mentions of the Princes of Wales. Plot twist, indeed. Meanwhile, a source close to the issue has shared with Dan Wooten that Harry and Meghan are as welcome inside the company as a skunk at a garden party. Their involvement is chaotic and treacherous, and the result from them was lukewarm. They were dubbed as arrogant and lazy. Speaking of the good news, Prince William was just the busiest with the Surplus to Supper initiative, which delivers 25,000 meals that are sent each year all over Surrey and West London. William looked sharp, that smile of his while he was passing off the bananas, one probably without a motivational quote on. A beacon of sustainability, indeed. Now Meghan just throws fuel into the fire of their discord between her and William and Catherine. Now it's a country that just can't hold both kings, and the world doesn't revolve around two Meghans. One Meghan has been a thorn in the royal family's side for the longest time, keeping them in hot water every single day. However, it is really south if the UK manages to hold another powerful person. Meghan's recklessness has no limits. But again, let's go back to Royal News 365 and take a closer look at the latest shenanigans of this self-centered woman who said, I couldn't care less if I never see Prince William and Princess Catherine again," Meghan Markle exclaimed. "This if it does not concern us or the royal family directly. Goodbye to the Fab Four. His and her brothers, along with their wives Meghan Markle and Princess Kate, will operate under the Royal Foundation, but that's all in the past. You can't cry about traitors to the family, homeland, and principles." Harry and Meghan decided to go, and they went, no matter what explosions left in their wake affected the royal family, and what did they care about that? They didn't want to get back together. Do they realize the impact this will have? "I don't care if I'm never going to see William and Kate again," she said to the journalist before tiredly adding, especially concerning her children and their non-existent contact with George and Charlotte. And Louis. However, Meghan would probably want her kids to know their cousins and for them to have relations with all the royal children, but it seems like the Cambridges may have made sure there's a distance. However, if I were Kate, I'd do the same thing and keep the same distance from such a polemical person. Another question raised is the relationships between Harry and Meghan. Do they really look happy together, or what we are allowed to see is just a tip of the iceberg in their apparent happiness, or even worse, an act put on by this dodgy couple? Sources suggest Meghan knows deep down Harry wants to make amends, especially with news of Kate's supportive role to bolster his resolve. For Meghan, Harry is too trusting and almost naive, worrying that he will get burned yet again. In the end, Meghan felt more confident in her own judgment than in Harry's, so she tried to keep a more level head, even though the fear of losing control over the whole thing was still worrying away at the back of her mind. "Alright, calm down. If I don't even know anything about the girl's background, I can't be very well imagining it for her, now can I? If it's another woman saying those words, I guess I would think that maybe she's the caring or maybe the protecting type of wife. I mean, of course, any man must be lucky to get married to her from so much concern and protectiveness, but because it's Meghan, it seems like an oxymoron. Thus, it is almost as though her kindness is masking some form of disdain to William and Catherine. They don't even pay them any mind, let alone think about them, our prince and princess. Who do they think they are? What in the world do they believe they're going to take advantage of? More pointedly, Meghan and Harry seem always to be hatching plots on how to derive financial advantages from the royal family and on the goodwill of the British people. Feels like a face-saving publicity stunt by Markle. Meghan longed for some of that royal shimmer to fall on her. She was actually seen as damaged goods, so she would leap at the chance to be photographed next to real royalty. It almost looks like it's easier for her to scheme her way to the limelight than to actually set up a decent business. So, why not resort to devious means to find a way back into the limelight? Please, have empathy for this ambitious and manipulative person. She had not yet been hit by karma, whatever she said. The point is that Meghan, up until this very point, has repeatedly said that she was too scared to come back to the UK because she was hated by the public. But, she actually fears that she may not have him under control for framing what he may say, what the King and Prince William may share with him in private if she does not tag along with Harry. If she was to return, there would be some kind of event, probably with William and Catherine in public, where she would have to curtsy to Catherine, Princess of Wales. To her, the mere fact that Catherine is held in high regard, whilst she is looked upon as society's gold digger, is unbearable. The point is most of his friends distanced themselves because of her. And really, for what use could William have Harry if in 5 years, even one significant deed could not be done by Harry? I mean, offered to transfer Meghan to a mental hospital. She is too paranoid, they say. Like a duck who thinks he is a swan. And I do not doubt that Catherine and William hardly take the name Meghan into their mouths, hardly. Not all sellouts pertain to the money part of it. Take Meghan, for example. She wanted fame, recognition, and wealth, meaning that she was above us, and, woefully, she wanted to be loved, probably by men. A common term for someone like her would be tart, but not the one on a pie, it would be more like a lemon. And oh, did I tell you that she has now dragged her children in that narrative? She is complaining that her children will not be able to know the children of Wales, as if that is William's and Catherine's fault. She and Harry are to blame for the unhealthy relationships not only in the royal family where we have late Queen and Prince Philip, but also where Charles and Camilla, William and Catherine and others come in. She is probably not directly upset, but remember who the bad guy is in all that negative feeling throwing at each other. Or that she is to blame for everything. Nobody is ever told Meghan not to use a father, sister-in-law, a family with little children, as the subject of the most vile and ruthless stunts of the media. Instead, Meghan needs to be concerned about her abandoned father Ezar, who hasn't seen Meghan and Jr., the son I put away as my armor, marking something resembling a happy family portrait with the Markles with Harry in his place. She has more serious issues within her life, but she makes fun of other people's families. This is unforgivable, and it's 1,000 times worse for these children to be in such an unhealthy ambience. All these relationships must certainly be prevented. Meghan will begin advocating such savagery towards the Cambridge kids, or worse, making false allegations about them. If what she is ready to say about the Queen and the royal family is true, she can tell an entire lot of lies about the children. Meghan needs to stay where she is and not allow the drama to go on. But perhaps it is better for William and Catherine to stop the children from being surrounded by these dangerous situations. At least that's a little too much for his father thinks for a moment, both of whom are in their 70s and starting to run out of time on this planet. He could have given this more consideration if he thinks more about this. So sad. Now, does anybody even care if she will or might cross his path ever again? The only ones suffering are the kids who will, as it seems, never meet their grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins. Never at vacations at Balmoral or anywhere attending any festivities, just because of blindsided actions of whose parents? All families have differences within the royal family. Differences are set up to be followed. But, is this worth lying in the interview? To disrespect your father, brother, and family, your grandparents. They could not handle the late Queen Go, a very clever lady she was, the ones who ruined the beautiful lives of their little children. No one forced them. Their feet walk on their own, no one steps for them or makes decisions for them. So never go back and blame anyone. If their children blame and resent them in the future, I hope Meghan and Harry will accept it and ask for forgiveness. Truly, children cannot choose their parents at birth, because who would wish for parents who betray their family? Everyone yearns to be born into a happy family with siblings who live in harmony, surrounded by loving relatives, including grandparents, aunts and uncles. However, the essence of happiness remains the same for all. Yet ambition and deceit never lead to contentment. Therefore, let us always cherish our families and the people who surround us. This takes me to Meghan's recent declaration. I don't give a damn if I never see Prince William and Princess Kate again. I hope you found this information helpful. That's it for our video, my friends. I hope you have liked it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like the video. If you haven't done so yet, if you want to be first to be informed about my content, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on notifications. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself and stay healthy. I'll see you in the next one.